Hello and welcome to Engauge. You teach, therefore you engage. But how do you track your student engagement over time? How do you know if you're improving? How do you test if one approach is better than another? Engauge is a new class of tools for teachers and administrators to directly measure student engagement. The application uses computer vision capabilities on your smartphone or tablet to capture and interpret behavioral indicators of engagement during lesson delivery. It's inexpensive, easy to use, provides visual real-time feedback, allowing you to adjust your instruction on the fly. It also provides a tool for post-lesson analysis and independent data-based goal setting. So let's give you an idea what this might look like. So if we were to look at a lecture, we might get a quick visual from the system in real time where the students who are in green are doing fine, those who are in yellow are possibly not paying much attention, and those in red are definitely disengaged. We might use this in real time to decide who to call on, how to change things up to keep the class on track and fully engaged. We might have other types of lecture scenarios where, again, we have to figure out who's involved, where do we want to go. We might have layouts in the classroom where we have students in a non-traditional layout or in little pods, making it more difficult, and now you can quickly see, oh, certain students are not paying attention. It's not just instantaneous, it's be measured over periods of time, so you can, if they turn away for a second, it's not a problem, but if they continue to stare away, then they're disengaged and we want to address them. But it doesn't have to be just that they're in the classroom. Different types of settings require different operations, so we might have a point where we have to have quiet work. Now the students would have their heads down if they're doing their work as opposed to, and students who are disengaged would be the ones up and looking around the room. And if they're moving around and they're not the person you're helping, it might be a problem. One of the reasons this becomes important is that if I'm the teacher and I'm in the classroom, I might not be able to actually be paying attention to all the students at the time. This is where the after or post analysis comes in. You might take an hour's worth of class, reduce it down to a 1-minute video of these kinds of imagery so that you can then assess what was going on and how you might address it. If we move to non-traditional or inverted classrooms, where now we have students working in teams across the room, once you're in the classroom, it becomes more important that not only can you engage the students one-on-one, but you can still monitor the overall engagement of the other students. And if they're not working together in their team, they're not paying attention, you want to be able to do this analysis and find out later and then address it tomorrow before it becomes a problem. And if you're in a class where you're going to have discussions, now the kinds of things include truly actively engaged students will be answering questions, involved in discussions. Some students might be still somewhat looking forward but not paying attention. They'd be in this yellow state, and then there'll be students who are clearly not engaged at all and moving on. So it's not just that we can give you the real-time feedback or a post-analysis video so you can figure out where you are. It's also important that we give you the ability to work over a longer period of view. So you can have a sort of analytic summary where we can now summarize the overall engagement across the classroom as a function of time and then as a function of days. You can sort of see, yeah, as a teacher I'm doing fine. There's this dip mid-afternoon. Maybe I need to do something to get a little bit more activity in the classroom, get them up, getting moving, getting some blood flowing. Obviously, there's some break after lunch. It takes a little while to get started. Maybe we need to do something to get them back on track faster. And then I can see across days what I'm doing. And this will be configurable so you can change timing and multi-day views. Or I could look at blow up in a particular day, go look at the individual days. Or if I'm the administrator, I might actually want to look at this now across classrooms and see how they're doing. In this case, we're not presenting in any sort of absolute metric. This is a percent of my personal best or my personal norm. So as the green, I would be doing fine, although it dropped off a little bit here towards the end of the year. The yellow here is actually improving. They're doing good. They're improving their engagement during the year. The red had some problems. Something was falling off, and then maybe we had some interventions, got in, and then finally got them back up to track to close to where they need to be. And that's the kind of thing you'd want to use as administrator to help make sure your teachers are getting the support and other things they need. Maybe the class is too large. Maybe there's something else going on, and you need to engage them to be more engaging in the classroom. That's the goal of Engauge. Thank you.